Okay, it is part 2 of Alex's picks where I put on my Chris Finch coaching hat and I unleash what I would do if I was the head coach as far as the player depth chart is concerned, every position 1 through 5. In an earlier video, we did the guard, so if you missed that, feel free to scroll on the feed. But today we're going over small forwards, power forwards, and centers. For each player, we give a good stat, a bad stat. We talk about their role that they'll most likely have on this year's team, and then also a fun prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's go back and kick it off with the small forwards. Number 1 on the depth chart is Jaden Mcdaniel. His good stat, post All-Star break last year. He shot 52% from the floor, 40% from 3, averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. Those are some good numbers. His bad stat overall last year, he shot 31% from 3. And if you're going to start on the wing in the NBA, you got to shoot a higher clip than that. His role is a 3-and-D guy, one of the better on-ball defenders we have. And my prediction is Jaden McDaniels will average 10-plus points for the first time in his career. Behind him is Taurean Prince. His good stat, 2-point shots last year. He made 57% of them, leading to a career-high 45.5% from the floor, so it was a very efficient season for Taurean last year. His bad stat, and this is picking hairs, but only 2.5 rebounds per game last year, which was a career low for him. Taurean's role this year is a heat check guy coming off the bench. All right, he comes into the game. His job is to shoot. He did it last year. I don't expect that to change this year. My prediction is he will shoot 40+% from 3 for the second time in his 6-year NBA career. I also have Anthony Edwards on the small forward list, along with Eric Pascal. We talked a bunch about Ant in the guard edition of this feature. Go check that out if you missed it. And I'm going to touch on Eric Pascal when we get to power forwards. So let's get to them right now, starting off with Karl Anthony Towns. All right, Big Cat. There's a bunch of good stats. The one I picked last year was his 4th season in the NBA where Cat shot better than 50% from the floor and 40% from 3. Did I mention he's 7 feet tall? An unbelievable feat from the big man himself. His bad stat, here's the deal. It's the 3.1 turnovers. That is a lot. The lowest he's ever had in a year is 1.9, which was his 3rd year in the NBA, his 1st year as an NBA All-Star. It's really the only scarlet letter in what is otherwise a pretty perfect game that Karl Anthony Towns has been playing. His role, guess what? Karl Anthony Towns, he's a superstar, okay? And my prediction is Cat will get his 4th All-Star game nod, and from this point on, he's basically just a perennial All-Star. Behind him for power forwards, it is the new addition. It is slow-mo Kyle Anderson. His good stat, the last 7 years of Kyle Anderson's career, he's at a positive net rating. So this guy just knows how to win and to be a positive, productive player on the court. His bad stat, again, this is picking nits, but he shot 64% from the free throw line last year. So you could see him earning some crunch time minutes, but you don't play crunch time unless you can hit your free throws. So look for Kyle Anderson to improve on that. His role is he's a 2nd unit point forward. So he's someone who can operate a lot of offense as far as being one of the leaders on that bench unit that will come in. And my prediction is Anderson will lead the Timberwolves in minutes per game among non-starters. Coming in number 3 is one of my favorite signings and one of the most subtle ones we did this offseason. It is Eric Pascal. My good stat for him, his career field goal percentage is 49%. And for a fringe 3-4, that's almost, I would argue, unheard of for someone who is not seen as a great player in this league. His bad stat is his minutes per game, which have gone down in his 3 years from 27 to 17 to 12 last year with the Jazz. You can basically put it on his defense, but Eric Pascal has the physicality to be a very good defender. The role for this year will be a small ball center power forward. He's someone that's going to fight to get regular minutes, but when the Wolves want to go small, I think they go with Eric Pascal. My prediction is he earns a consistent role with the 2nd unit by season's end. And last but not least, we get to the centers. And our brand new one in the Frenchman, Rudy Gobert. His good stat, he is a 3-time field goal percentage champion, and he is a 1-time block and rebound champion. So what this guy does, he does it at an elite level. His bad stat, 1.8 turnovers last year and only 1.1 assists. Again, Rudy Gobert is someone advanced stats people love. It's hard to find a bad Rudy Gobert stat. That really is the only one. He has a negative assist to turnover ratio, which is something, frankly, you just don't see too often. His role, he's elite defender and shot maker. Arguably no one in their NBA career has been more efficient at getting the ball in the basket than Rudy Gobert, and my prediction goes along with that. He will surpass last year's 71.3% field goal percentage to lead the league yet again, getting his second career field goal percentage title. Behind him, backup, is Nas Reed getting into his fourth season in the NBA. His good stat, after shooting 41% as a rookie, the last 2 years combined, his field goal percentage sits at exactly 50%, which, if you're going to be a center in the NBA, you got to make close to half of your shots. His bad stat, here's the deal. It could be fluky, it could mean something. He had the worst on-off-court plus-minus of any player on the Timberwolves last year. Was it circumstance? Was it timing? Who knows? But at the end of the day, it is a bad stat. His role is he is, at this point, pretty much solidified as the backup center for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And my prediction is Nas Reed will have the second best dunk of this season. Nas Reed, an undercover dunker. Obviously, Anthony Edwards is going to have an amazing dunk. Karl-Anthony Towns, a very good dunker. But I got to give Nas Reed an exciting prediction. I'm saying Nas Reed throws one down, claiming the second best dunk of the 2022-2023 season. That is your player depth chart breakdown. Good luck to the Timberwolves, and we'll see you when the season tips off in mid-October.